The recording and the minutes will be sent out to distribution list now of roughly 200. So we're gaining about 5 to 10 people per month on the distribution list. So greatly appreciate y'all for coming, for attending, for submitting agenda items. We are going to go ahead for those who are new, kind of give a brief overview while we are waiting of what it is that we do, who we are, what our footprint is. So we think about Charlotte East really serves what we call the greater Eastland area. So kind of the commercial and residential patterns that formed around or in response to around the same time as the Eastland redevelopment. So think Eastway Drive to W.T. Harris, the Plaza to Independence, and we work in really three buckets: community development, economic development, and public education. And this meeting was originally from Meck Min, and we took this over about 3 years ago and wanted to be very intentional about making this a space for nonprofit and neighborhood and faith leaders to really just share information about what is going on, what their organizations are doing to better support the East Side. So with that said, we are at 3:02. We have 21 people on the call. Very, very packed agenda, which is very exciting. And I'm going to go ahead and kick us off with Meck HOMES. Do I have the county on with us?
Hi, good afternoon.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Do you want me to give you screen sharing permissions or do you need to share the screen?
Yes, because I have a short PowerPoint here.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for joining us.
No
Give me
problem.
1 second, y'all. I feel like I literally had this problem last month too, where I could not figure out. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, you should be good.
Alrighty, so let me try to get this up. All right. Um, let's see what happens. Okay. Hold on 1 sec. Okay. Sharing.
All right, you are good.
Can you all see what I'm sharing?
Yes.
We'll say Mecklenburg County. Great. Okay, thank you guys. My name is Marcia Towler. I am the Community Services Supervisor for the Department of Community Resources through Mecklenburg County, and I am the supervisor over the Homes program, which is the helping out Mecklenburg homeowners with economic support. It's a program that we had with the Department of Community Resources since 2021. And I was lucky enough to be one of the quality samplers when we first got the program. And now I've transitioned to being the supervisor. And so I'm just going to give you guys a brief overview about the program and the program requirements and how people can apply. So, the program actually is a tax deferment program that serves both Mecklenburg County and Davidson Township residents. And so what we do is we look at the property value amount and calculate what 35% of that would be in order to see if we can provide a grant that is applied directly to the tax account, and therefore the resident then pays the remaining balance from that. So in cases of Mecklenburg County, those residents can get up to $650 of a grant amount applied to their tax bill. And then for the township of Davidson, it's up to $54 additional that can be applied if the resident lives within the Davidson area. And this is just the county's way of trying to come up with some sort of relief for the residents. You know, we're all aware that the um, property taxes are going up, and in most cases, residents are not able to meet that raise with just their regular income that they have coming in. So the program looks at what your income was for the year prior to determine if you meet the eligibility qualifications, which I'll go through, but then also, you know, if you're eligible for a grant, how much of a grant amount it would be. And then when we apply it directly to the tax bill, it does give relief. You know, in some cases, um, property taxes are going way past people's income, especially our seniors. So that's one of the big push that we have is to really have our seniors aware of our program and their potential eligibility. And Councilman Mark Jarrell is the champion over this program. And this is a program that's very near and dear to his heart. So it just makes sense that we are here to present for the Eastside Forum here today. We have provided over $4 million in grant funding just in our last year alone. And this kind of gives some progression on the program and how it's grown. So in 2020, the Office of the Tax Collectors actually had this program, and they approved about 513 applications. In 21, when it became a DCR program, we did 726, and then it just continued to grow up until last year, where we had 5,852 approvals out of 10,000 applications that we received throughout the course of our season. Our season runs from July 1st of every year because it is, we go by the fiscal calendar, and we run through November, usually the second week of November. So for this year, it's going to be November 20th is the cutoff date. And the eligibility requirements are really simple compared to most other programs. The property would need to be, of course, within Mecklenburg County and the town of Davidson. The property owner has to be the legal owner, so we will check the deed to make sure that the applicant is the actual legal owner of the property, as well as they have not had any delinquent tax payments within the past 3 years of them applying. So if there is a skip where you might have been delinquent in 22, but you paid in 23 and 24, but maybe 25 was delinquent, you technically would still be eligible. If, because the delinquents aren't consistent, that's usually what would be the deciding factor on someone being denied. Excuse me. Also, the resident um, again, the grant will be under the resident's name, which is why we make sure that they're the legal property owner, and we will be looking at the deed just to verify that, as well as the ways that we can apply is through our website, the mechnc.gov/for-homes. We also have it where people can come into our locations to submit their applications, and we also take applications by mail. On our website, we have the English and Spanish versions of the applications, and we also provide and look into the income limits for the program. So with our program, the income limits are a lot higher than most programs that offer tax deferment through the county. So for a household of one, the income limit is 65,750. That has gone up about $3,000 since our last season. And then it goes according to the household size. Each limit is listed here, and we use this from the federal government, the HUD program. We look at those common median income for the areas, and we use that for the program. There is no age requirement for the homes program. So you can be whatever age, a millennial, a senior, anything, baby boomer, we take everybody. As long as you're the property owner, that's the most important thing. And the house does not have to be paid off in order for someone to apply. You can very well have a mortgage. Your mortgage company might be making the escrow payments on your property taxes. You still are eligible to apply. And if approved, the grant would just be applied to your tax account. Even if your escrow has already paid it, it would just go to the following year. And then applications are processed first come, first served. We start taking applications 12 a.m. on July 1st. As of today, we are over 1,000 applications as of this morning and going because we have people still coming in, dropping off paper applications at all three of our locations, as well as applying online. The if again, if your property tax is paid through your escrow, you can still apply. We just apply it to the next bill for the following year. So example, um, your property tax was already paid out of your escrow in November, but you were approved for the homes program. Well, they'll still apply that escrow payment, but the grant would actually go to your bill for next year. So when you get the bill, it will be minus whatever the amount of the grant was. They are applied directly to the tax bill, so there isn't a a check or a money order that's made out to the resident. We just apply it through sending it through our finance department, and then they send it to the office of the tax collector, who then make the adjustments on the tax bill. And again, if your property tax was already paid by the time you submitted your application, the grant just goes towards the following year. Again, it would be offset by the time you receive that next year's bill. And so here are our flyers that we have. We have everything that we have as far as our program is available in English and Spanish. And we have three locations where the applications can be submitted or where you can apply in person. The first is the Valerie Seawater Community Resource Center. That's our resource center located on Freedom Drive. And it's actually the building with it looks like these tennis balls. That is the side with the office of the tax collector, which is another location. But the main location is actually the building side that's behind Pizza Hut and Walgreens on Freedom Drive itself. Then we have the Ella B. Scarborough. I'm sorry? Oh, then we have the Ellaby Scarborough Borough Community Resource Center, which is where I am physically here today on 430 Stitt Road. This community resource center was built back in August of 2023, and it is actually our Charlotte East location. And we are also housed here where if someone wanted to apply for the homes program, they would then come to this location if this location is easier for them. And then our phone number if someone is not able to come in and they might need to do an application over the phone, my team is available at 980-314-4663, where we can do what we call a telephonic signature application, and to collect all of the information from the resident and then send them a notice to let them know what we need to be submitted. And that is it. Does anyone have any questions? I'm going to stop sharing unless somebody needs to copy this information down.
So what I think we are gonna do, just for the sake of time, if you could please leave your info in the chat,
Sure.
would be super helpful. I put the link in the chat as well, to the application. And we're just gonna go ahead and move on. But I really appreciate you
Oh,
joining us, and I hope folks take advantage of this program.
thank you
Um,
so much. Can y'all just help me? How do you stop sharing?
Let me do it. I'll share my screen. Let's do it that way.
Okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and put my information into the chat. Thank you so much for putting the application in. And I'm gonna just fill in everything else in the chat for you guys if you have any questions.
Thank you
Thank you so
so
much for having
much.
me.
Appreciate you. All right, Clean Air NC.
Hi everyone, can you all hear
Hey,
and see me okay?
hey, Kennedy. Yes, we can.
Okay, awesome. Um, I would it be okay if I share my screen really quickly?
Please do.
Okay.
Well, I think we have to. Let me figure this out. There we go. Okay.
Okay, can y'all see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Beautiful. Okay, I'll make this short and sweet. Hi, everyone. I'm Kennedy Williams. I am the Environmental Justice Program Manager at CleanAIRE NC. For those that may not know, CleanAIRE NC, we are an environmental nonprofit that specializes in air quality. We are based here in Charlotte, but our work covers across the state of North Carolina. So CleanAIRE NC and Key Environmental Consulting, we have actually been working together with the City of Charlotte's Landscape Management Division. And so for those that may not know, the city plants trees in front of homes in the public right of way. And so that's typically the space between the road and the sidewalk. So what we're advocating for is we have a free street tree program. As you can imagine, that might be difficult to say 5 times fast. But basically, residents can submit a request for a street tree. So we're specifically prioritizing neighborhoods that are in high heat impacted areas. So the process is super simple. I have the flyer up here. So once you complete the request form, you just scan the QR code or you can go to the hyperlink on the bottom. But once you submit your request, an evaluation is made from a certified arborist. And if your site is deemed suitable, they will work with the resident to select an appropriate species. So you'll be able to be part of the decision process in determining what type of species of trees you'd like planted. So the city also handles all of the long-term maintenance. So they will cover watering, pruning, all of those things. So what we need from you all, of course, I highly recommend scanning the QR code, filling out the request form. But we also really would love for if anyone could just promote this program, tell your mom, your dad, granny, auntie, neighbor, anyone who lives in Charlotte. We can provide signs, social media content, flyers. We give you all the resources to be able to share with others. And our team is also happy to attend community meetings like this or go to community events. We can also host a meeting if you have a bunch of people you know who would be interested and want to learn more. But in terms of next steps, like I said, just getting the word out. So in addition to this QR code, I can also share a program overview, a planting program FAQ, if that would be helpful as well. So I can email them or I can figure out how to put it in the chat. But if you have any questions, feel free to contact the Charlotte's Landscape Management team. I think their info is on the bottom of the flyer as well. Or you can contact me. I can leave my contact information in the chat, and we'll go from there. But if y'all have any questions, let me know. I don't know how we are on time, but
Yeah,
thank y'all
thank
so
you,
much.
Kennedy. One thing, it looks like the Bitly form that it is linking to is no longer
Mhm.
active. That
Okay.
that it's expired.
Okay.
So just so you know, so when we type in that URL, it goes to the street tree planting request, and it shows the form is expired.
Okay. Thank you
Um,
for letting me know that. I will ping the city right now to fix
Thank you. Thank you
that.
so much for coming to share. This is super exciting. And to clarify, is it only in the designated quarters of opportunity? Is that how they're doing it right now, or is it just anywhere?
It's anywhere. That's what they're prioritizing as of right now, but
Okay.
anyone in the Charlotte area can submit the form.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so
Thank
much.
y'all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. I think we have next up is Mr. Casey in Project 658.
Thanks so much, Greg. Greetings to my friends here on the Zoom call. My name is Casey Crimmins. I'm the CEO of Project 658. If you're not familiar with our work, we are a nonprofit in the east side of Charlotte, and we provide pathways to thriving and belonging as we walk alongside immigrant and refugee families. We have a center right on Central Avenue Eastway. So we like edge our way into this community because we're right there on that line. But we also have a full scale clinic, which I'm sitting in right here, called Hope Community Clinic right off of 74. Some of you might be familiar with our work. We've been here for the last several years. But today I'm talking and just kind of put an invitation out there to leaders in the community to let y'all know that we have a dental clinic that will be under our umbrella and a grand opening of that community-based clinic on August 18th. We are doing the kind of ribbon cutting celebrations. Some folks from the city, from the county. This work came about as we purchased this property 3-4 years ago. It actually had an existing dental clinic footprint on the property, but it hadn't been used in decades. So throughout the last year, we just through discernment, prayer, discussions with different folks, came up with an idea, and a year later, that idea came to fruition. In that, we have renovated, we have installed brand new state of the art equipment, fully funded through some new friends of ours. And this partnership we've formed with High Point University's Workman School of Dentistry is really kind of the special sauce in this. Workman School of Dentistry out of High Point just started 2 years ago. They now have year 3 and year 4 students that are going to start coming out, and they are required by the program to be doing externships in the community, and 20% of that has to be done in connection to those serving at-risk communities, which Project 658 qualifies. So we basically built the clinic with them as the engine that they're going to start sending us students at the beginning of September. We have a dentist, a full-time dentist that will be overseeing all the operations and kind of the back end. We have a lot of stuff that we can use here at Hope Community Clinic, but this will be a full-scale community clinic sliding scale that we'll plan to use for folks that do not have insurance. That is our primary target for those, the underinsured community of East Charlotte. 80 to 90% of those that we serve already are from the Latino community. We are basically fully bilingual and looking to continue to serve that community in this expanded capacity. So this invitation is, and we have a nice graphic. I'll send it to Greg, and there's a sign up to come to the grand opening. And then beyond that, there it is. And then beyond that, as you have people in your community that have those needs that may not have insurance, the way that we're doing this economic engine is a small percentage will be Medicaid, and then a very large percentage uninsured, underinsured, and then using the backbone infrastructure of Project 658 to undergird it. So this is just kind of like a, hey, this is happening. If you're around, it'll be 4 to 6 p.m. We'll do a ribbon cutting, have some of our friends again from the city and other leaders. We just know that bad news seems to be ample, especially within this community, and we just wanted to use this as an opportunity to celebrate, but also to make this new resource known in our community. It will be a lot of the folks that already are clients, patients of ours, but the plan is not just to have one of these, it's to get the engine going and actually open multiples of these around the city in the not so distant future. So that's what's up, man.
Casey, thank you. Thank you. Extremely excited about this. I think from a social service perspective, affordable dental is one of our biggest missing needs and gaps in this area. So super excited for y'all. Super excited for the community. Thanks for the invitation. And it's very close, y'all. So this is why, and I was just putting up an address with no context, but 6900 Farmingdale. So
Yep.
right there off Independence, nestled back in Coventry Woods-ish area. So appreciate it, Casey. Thank you. All right, y'all. I'm actually not talking a lot today, which is the goal. So thank you guys for sending me so many agenda items. One thing I did want to promote, Ms. Duncan, I do see you are on the call. The city wanted folks to be aware of the infrastructure changes that are being made to Harrisburg Road. As part of one of the first strategic investment areas in the city of Charlotte. So over the next foreseeable future, and you can go to this link specifically to see exactly what the timeline is for these specific projects. But on Harrisburg Road, think between Albemarle Road and 485, This is going to be roughly $22 million of taxpayer money is going into improved sidewalks, lighting, streetscape. Significant amount of work has already been done. But right now, it's called quote unquote Far East, but what this really is Harrisburg Road, which is great. It is needed. This is not part of the transit tax. Gotta clarify that because I feel like last year there were some misconceptions. The money that was approved for these projects were approved as part of, I believe, 2024 transportation bond. Now, subsequent strategic investment area projects, with the exception of Arrowwood Road, will be funded using some of that transit tax dollars, which went into effect a week ago today. So if you are seeing anything, that you're wondering what is going on Harrisburg Road, the city has done a really good job of putting up signage at each one of these project points that indicates this is part of a strategic investment area. So wanted to ensure that folks were aware this was occurring. On that same note, before this call, I believe it was last month, we discussed the Eastway Shamrock intersection changes, at which community engagement had been scheduled and then canceled. There are no updates to that $60 million plus traffic change and infrastructure improvements. So we'll be sure to keep people apprised of what is going on with that project as we get more information. Alrighty, do I have Diego? Are you on the call? Diego, or who am I speaking with? Anybody?
Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer. How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
I'm wonderful. Thanks for joining us.
No, thank you. I'll be quick and to the point as well. I did send over an email with some images aside from the map, but I'll get right into it. So, hi, everyone. My name is Jennifer Trujillo. I am the director at RUTS Foundation. It stands for Rising Up Through Support. And honestly, we're very intentional on just planting seeds of community, building with one another, and just growing and connecting our community and making it stronger. So, last year, we had our very first back to school community event. And it was honestly incredible because of all of the community that came together. What started as just kind of one backpack ended up becoming a very special and intentional event. We were able to give out over 750 backpacks and we ended up serving over 1,500 community attendees. And so this year, our goal is to provide at least 1,000 backpacks filled with school supplies. We will be having an auto show, lots of orgs, dances, man, I can't think of CMPD, firefighters. So just a lot of fun activities. We really try to make it intentional. So it's just more than that. People will leave out of there with connections, resources, information, and just if you need a backpack, it's definitely there. But we want everybody and their family to come along. And so we would love to invite you guys. We're needing a lot of help. Obviously, it takes a community and a village to be able to make it happen. We have great partners such as Casey and 658 that are there. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for that support. But we're needing volunteers if you guys want to help with that or back to school supplies, hosting a drive and helping us out with that. So I feel like I kind of covered it. Diego, I don't know if you want to add on to that.
Yeah, we will be sharing the link to volunteer really soon in the chat. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank y'all. And it is going to be, I'm sorry,
Oh,
I might have missed that when I was doing something else, but it's going to be at Movement School, correct?
yes, I should have said that. August the 9th, it's going to be at Movement School in the Casa Viva parking lot. And so we welcome everybody from 2:30 to 5:30.
Where do y'all recommend this year with parking and access?
So we are currently working with CMPD. There's like a construction site that is going on, and they're actually in the works of trying to get it. And then we would have shuttle buses just kind of going to and for
Okay.
from there.
Okay. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
we'll have signage as well with that.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. I have a couple more folks excited to hear from. Emily, we are going to start with you.
Okay, great. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Great. Hello, everyone. I'm Emily Parker. I'm the director at Galilee Ministries of East Charlotte, and I just have a couple of things to let you know about. Number one, back in September, we relaunched our monthly community lunch. Everyone's invited. The next one is scheduled for July 21st. It's always third Tuesday, 11:30 to 1 here at Galilee in our big gathering space in our back building. If you've not been here, or if you've been here a bunch of times, we do want you to come back and just come check us out. The North Carolina Poor People's Campaign will host the lunch on the 21st. So there is that. Next up, on Monday, August 24th, we are hosting a workshop called Caring for Yourself as You Care for the World. This is in partnership with the Center for Wellbeing out of Christ Episcopal Church. This is going to be a free workshop that basically, I'm going to read this right quick, and I'll send this flyer to you guys, Greg, to send out. But it's exploring tools for building resilience, identifying and preventing burnout, and maintaining well-being as we serve vulnerable populations. So this workshop is really for nonprofit staff and volunteers, and anyone on this Zoom is welcome to come. Obviously, it's free. We just ask that you RSVP. We will have lunch provided by the Send Me Noodle House, our neighbor here, and we'll have pastries and coffee. The program will be an hour. So think of like a gather 10:30 to 11, programs from 11 to noon, and then lunch afterwards. And this is something we're going to maybe try to do maybe quarterly to kind of have a wellness, well-being offering for folks in our community who are serving other people. Okay. Please come on down for that. And then stay tuned. We are working on a partnership with International House to bring ESL back to Galilee. For years and years and years and years, Central Piedmont had ESL here. Actually, 3 years ago, at the end of June, it stopped. And so now we've been talking with them for a while about bringing it back here. So please do stay tuned about that. Thank you.
Wonderful. Is Joanne on the call?
Oh, Joanne's on. Joanne, anything to add?
Did y'all, I know she sent me something yesterday if you guys still need volunteers for the July lunch. Do you guys still need quite a bit?
I think we could use a couple more hands. Yeah. So if
Okay.
anyone wants to come, a little before 11:30 on the 21st, and then there's there's the filling of water pitchers, talking with people, bussing tables, all the things, and then the afterwards cleanup. If anyone's available, that'd be great.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alrighty. I think Rachel, are you? Oh, there you are. Hey, Rachel. What's up?
I'm here. Hi. Hi, guys. I'm Rachel Guzman. I'm with the Windsor Park Neighborhood Association. And this October, we are hosting our 4th year of our annual block party. And it's going to be bigger and better than ever. And I'm coming to you guys early with this, and I'll put this in the chat along with the link, is that we're going to be adding a local artist and maker row to the block party. Typically, we have around 700 neighbors in attendance, and this year our goal is to have over 1,000 neighbors in attendance. And so this is really a fantastic opportunity for anyone that makes handmade goods to participate and show and sell their wares. There's going to be no cost to participate. And so in lieu of that, in lieu of like a booth fee, we are asking for an artist to donate a handmade item that we can use as part of our raffle. And so we are going to limit this to 8 artists with priority given to artists that live in Windsor Park and that are creators on the East Side. And so if you know a local artist or someone that makes handmade goods that might be interested in participating, please share this link.
Thank you, Rachel.
Yeah.
All right, Miss Venitra.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am Venitra with the Frankie Mae Foundation, and we are located at Weeping Willow AME Zion Church, which is in East Charlotte. And once a month, we provide resources, lunch, respite care for family caregivers. And to provide the lunch, to provide the resources, to provide the supplies, we have a caregiver store that caregivers can get free incontinence supplies, durable medical equipment, and respite care. We pay for respite care so that they can come to the meetup once a month. And so to keep all these programs going, we have to have funding. And so one of our fundraisers for this year is we are hosting a comedy show at the Comedy Zone on August 30th. And so if you all want to come and hang out with us and laugh and have a good time, we have three comedians lined up. And the one that is hosting is actually Charlotte native, and he is also a caregiver, so it makes it extra special for us because he's a caregiver. So we have individual tickets available on Comedy Zone's website, and also there's a link on our website that will take you directly to the Comedy Zone. And we also have sponsorship tables available. So if anybody is interested in sponsoring a table or purchasing a ticket for a caregiver to be able to come to the comedy show. So Sunday, August 30th, doors open at 1:30. The show is at 2:30.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. This was not on the agenda. I don't usually share like our small business work, but I think this was one that I wanted to share with the community because we don't typically have strip malls that get acquired. About a month and a half ago, Hickory Grove Market was purchased for $10 million by New South Properties, which owns a couple dozen shopping strips across the Carolinas. Was with the team today over there that bought and just wanted to make folks aware of some of the changes that are coming as this is one of our biggest commercial centers. They have a couple vacancies. They are really looking to attract a gym of some kind, obviously not a full-fledged like a fitness connection, but a 24-hour gym of some kind. So if there are anybody out there that has connections or ideas with that, they're exploring the opportunity to do a little bit more out parcel on WT Harris side in front of the Food Lion. They're doing some significant facade improvements. So it's exciting when we have investors come in, property management companies come in, buy the properties and actually cultivate the existing talent and tenants and try to make it a better environment for folks. Give you guys some updates briefly with Eastland. The park at Eastland is fully slated to be open in late spring 2027 right now, which is the 4.5 acre park. It's going to have the splash pad, the amphitheater. If y'all have driven down Central anytime recently, you can start seeing actually some of the buildings on the park going vertical, which is very exciting. The first retail tenant, Sweet Spot Alvaronga, will be opening close to October at Eastland, which is our first brick and mortar retail new in almost 2 decades. So it's extremely exciting things coming on board. A lot of happenings too. I see for Emily, the in the 658 team and the Galilee team, a lot of new changes coming to Eastway Crossing soon as well. A lot of new, very exciting tenants. So if you guys are fans of breakfast burritos, as I am indeed, stay tuned. So anyway, wanted to share some of the business updates with you all, and we have about 5 minutes for anyone who would like to share an agenda item that we did not cover.
Greg, this is Carolyn.
Hey, Carolyn.
I'll try to make this real quick. We've got a really serious, I'm bringing this up because everybody needs to be aware, especially females. We have an individual that is creating a serious threat to females around Sheffield Park, the Nature Preserve, and Kilbourne Park. He is following women. He's been seen with a pocket knife. Police have been called. We're just very, very worried. At this point, the police have been called. They can't do anything because by the time they get out, there's nothing criminal as far as really criminal. But if we're not aware, please get the word out to be aware. It seems to be he's out around 6:30 in the morning to 8 in the morning and then late in the afternoon. Just everybody's got to have their head on swivels because I'm afraid one of our neighbors is going to get seriously hurt. So the more we can spread the word and everybody just be aware, I think the better off we all will be. And please don't hesitate to call 911.
No, and I think that's a good segue to Carolyn. Last week or 2 weeks ago, I was on a public safety panel with, Chief Patterson, DA, some other folks, and brought up we're having a major issue on Eastway Drive with our homeless population, becoming violent, sexually aggressive. It's progressed pretty rapidly over the past, I would say, year. And talking with CMPD and property owners, their recommendation, to Carolyn's exact point, is to do not hesitate to call 911. I know so often we lean on the side of empathy for individual situations, which is fair, but we have had a significant public safety and well-being crisis on Eastway right now, where in the last 2 weeks we've had one business owner sexually assaulted, another one whose tip jar was stolen, and another one who was it was an individual who exposed themselves on Eastway Drive to oncoming traffic. We've had issues at the Fifth Third Bank, and all of these have literally been in the past 2 weeks. I know this is not unique to the East Side. It is not unique to Eastway Drive. We just had a business shut down in Hickory Grove Market because of break-ins that they have had, and we've had tenants report increased activity with the homeless community, staying at that property, in the mornings. But just so everyone is aware, and I think, Carolyn, not to completely hijack what you said, it is very, very, very important to be vigilant, not to deter folks from going out, but it is becoming an increasing problem. There's legislation that just passed the Senate that is going to be interesting to see how the county implements, with giving local governments the authority to create homeless encampments on public spaces in public parks. I don't know if Mecklenburg County will pursue that. Not even saying that's a good policy, but it's just there's a lot going on with public safety right now. So please do not hesitate to call 911. Or what is the line to call for someone who's in crisis? Does somebody know that off the top of their heads right now? Because it's not 911. Carolyn, do you know that one?
I should know that right off, and I've gone brain lock. I don't remember.
Is it 311?
No, it's.
Is it 411? What's 411?
I think it's 211.
211. There you go.
We're going to get to it eventually.
Yeah. Those three
It
numbers.
is, because that's the United Way one. But I don't know if that. Okay.
Before you send out the copy from today's meeting, we'll figure out what it is.
What the exact number is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I really believe whoever this individual is that does have some emotional, mental, and needs to get directed before he harms himself or somebody else.
And I will say, y'all, too, we have been pushing for additional resource allocation from the CARES team, from other nonprofit partners that are not just coming out to do social services like Project Outpour, that are doing good work, but actual street management work to kind of assess situations, and we have not had a lot of luck with getting that support. So anybody who can raise those concerns to folks, especially at the county level, about the need for additional resources on Eastway Drive, that would be appreciated. So sorry to end on that note, but we are at time. Thank you all for coming. The minutes and the recording will be sent out. Douglas, thank you. 211. Thank you. 211. Minutes and recording will be sent out in the coming days. Thank you all very much.